If we were to not be no-kill anymore, then we also could not be nonprofit anymore, because that's what we established our nonprofit organization as.
An East Maui no-kill animal sanctuary and wildlife rehab center that we took you to earlier this year gets a surprise inspection from state and federal inspectors, and today it lost some of the wild birds in its care. Good evening, I'm PAULA AKANA.
And I'm LARA YAMADA. So could more animals be seized?
And what does the future hold for the facility that many know as the Boo Boo Zoo? That's our top story tonight at 10. KITV4's CRUZ joining us now with the latest developments. Catherine?
Well, you know, for the head of the animal refuge, it's been a battle to try and change the law. In his mind, if it was a matter of putting creatures down after saving their lives, he just couldn't do it.
The Boo Boo Zoo has provided a home for orphaned, injured, and distressed creatures of all shapes and sizes. It is Maui's only wildlife rehabilitation center, but state and federal inspectors began taking a hard look at the practices of the Haiku Refuge and last week paid a surprise visit.
They have confiscated all of the animals that fall under federal jurisdiction.
It included 17 birds, Hawaiian pueo, barn owls, cattle egrets, sparrows, finches, and a cardinal. Schwab says the inspectors were sensitive to his no-kill stance, and Goody with the Big Island Three-Ring Ranch and Exotic Animal Refuge flew to Maui to help with the assessment, along with the Kauai aviary veterinarian.
There are certain birds that do qualify for rehab or for educational use. There will be some birds coming to our facility.
But it is the fate of the deer that troubles Schwab, since the state's position is that his mistake was to mix wildlife, the deer, with domestic animals.
The potential for them to have been exposed to some disease that is not already there in the wild. It's not likely, but it exists. And the fact that it exists is why they really don't want to put them back in the wild.
Schwab had been told if he erects a 9-foot fence to keep the deer separate, that might be an option to euthanizing them. Schwab said he applied for a building permit for such an enclosure a year and a half ago, but he probably doesn't have the $25,000 or more it might cost to build it.
It's a big question. What is the right thing to do?
State and federal investigators aren't saying much at this point.
This is a law enforcement activity, so there is some information at this stage we probably cannot release.
Schwab has been working with an attorney to try and sort through this process.
And Schwab told us that 2 inspectors from the U.S. Department of Agriculture who flew in from Colorado for this enforcement action told him that the Boo Boo Zoo also needs a special federal permit to exhibit animals. He says he plans to apply for that. Back to you.